This is the interview to Pamela French, one of the owners of the Mark Twain School Secondary Education. Now, I'm going to ask some questions to Miss Pamela, and she'll ask about the projects that have been considered before the relocation project, in order to expand the infrastructure of territory of the Mark Twain School. Now, which other projects have been considered before the relocation project?
Well, the truth is that the school had a gradual growth. So when we were having only secondary, we thought that perhaps we could remain here in these premises. But then we started with the primary and the kinder, and that started to demand better premises. Besides a limitation we have always had here in the secondary is room for sports, for example. We don't have either a nice auditorium, so those are, I would say, one of the most important things that we plan to meet, or the necessities we plan to meet when we move to the new place. We tried to see if building the school here would fit, but then we decided against it. We tried to buy the building next door, where the British works, to see if we could expand things there, but for years we were promised to have the building sold to us, but it didn't happen. Then we were trying, there were some sites that they offered to us in different places. We were offered also land in that neighborhood that is called Jardín Claret, but that is going a little bit away from our own zone. And we were very close to make a joint venture or something of the sort with the Tala Rugby Club. But suddenly last year, in November, we had this offer that is the most convenient for us. This new move to somewhere that is quite close by, that is Salesianos, near El Tropezón.
Okay. I know that there has been buildings before the Mark Twain School became a school here. It was before another kind of organization. Which was it?
In this place?
Yes.
Well, there used to be a home for old people.
Okay.
That was here before we came. Before that, the house had remained idle, and they let it to people for throwing parties, celebrating parties and all that. Before that, the Bouteler family had lived here all their lives until the children got married, the parents died, etc. Okay. And we bought it.
Do you think that the building was here before didn't allow you to construct the classrooms and other infrastructure buildings in a more strategic way?
No, not because the house was here. I think this is the style, most of all, when you start at school in an urban area, as this one. In the heart of the Cerro, it was only natural to use an old house like this one, that was beautiful, and as the school was growing, to build like trains of classrooms, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a problem. The problem is the projection towards larger premises, place for sports and all that.
Yes. And you're saying that you built classrooms. Could you develop that idea more?
Well, it was fantastic for me that when we started with the school in the year 95, and in the summer from 95 to 96, or from 96 to 97, I don't remember very well, we hired an architect who in the summer built all the back building, because he did it with a kind of style of building that was dry and it could be built in a short time. And it was quite large, because there are the laboratory, 4 classrooms downstairs, these other classrooms, the office. So it was really a wonderful change, and we remained with that building for a long time. And then we had the other building built over there that brought on like 8 classrooms, and then later on we had the other 2 classrooms built to complete that building.
When was the last construction?
I think it was 3 years ago. You were at school, I think.
Yes, I know. Is to make it official.
Yes, I think that they were finished, they were built 3 years ago, the two last classrooms.
Okay. So we have to say that you are also the owner of this, not the land, but the school next door.
Yes, of course, the British school that has this house and one in town.
Okay. Would you say if the first project of buying the land next door would have become a reality, what would have happened with the British school?
Well, those were things we had not finished thinking about. Whatever you do has to be to improve things. The British, in that case, if we had done something, the British should have been relocated to better premises. But as it is, the British receives plenty of students from Urca. So the location is a difficult thing to touch. Maybe we would have shared things, constructed things on the slope, something like that.
And when you say that you will have moved it to a better premises if the location was not a problem, which is what would the rent? Would you say that the rent would be a problem?
The main problem was that as a school, we didn't have the capital, let's say, or the amount of money that you need to buy land and to build a school. That is something very expensive. I think that there have been schools that have been able to do it because generally there is somebody who brings along the money. That is not our case. But what we have got now with these priests is that they have made with us a contract for 30 years. So we are not buying the new place. We are renting it for 30 years so we can make a projection and build and invest money there.
And what have you foreseen what would happen after the 30 years have been fulfilled?
We trust, first of all, that we will be dealing always with a Christian or a Catholic congregation. They have been talking with us that for them it is really what they celebrate the most, that is to say that the seminario will continue being a place of education, because that meets also their own objectives and ideas in life. So who knows, as it belongs to the church, the idea we have is that after 30 years we will sign for another 30 years.
Yes, that's what you have done with the primary level, right? With the other building, the primary level and elementary level of the Mark Twain.
We rent.
You rented, but it expired the lifespan, and now you have
and
to
the
move.
Owners don't. No. The owners are very sorry we are leaving. But they would never give us a long rent contract, and so that was the reason why we couldn't invest, etc. But here things are easier.
Okay, and would you say that the new location has other positive attributes? For example, is it near the residential area of the students, or?
Well, no. I think that we like our school to be like a place for varied kinds of people. We don't want it to be only in one neighborhood with one kind of people. Where we are going to go, we could even receive students from town and from the countries as well, from Urca, as we are having, because we have a lot of students from Urca and Cerro. I mean, it's a very interesting location, and at the same time it doesn't limit the amount of people or the kind of people that can have. We are also very close to Valle Escondido.
Well, I think that's about it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I'm sorry it took so long.
No, it's okay.